Invested in her starry veil, the night in her kind arms embraced all this round. The silver moon from sea uprising bright spread frosty pearl upon the candid ground, and Cynthia like for beauty's glorious light, the love-sick nymph threw glittering beams around. And counsellors of her old love she made those valleys dumb, that silence and that shade. Beholding then the camp, quoth she, O fair and castle-like pavilions, richly wrought, from you how sweet methinketh blows the air, how comforts it my heart, my soul, my thought. Through heaven's fair face from gulf of sad despair, my tossed bark to port well nigh is brought. In you I seek redress for all my harms, rest midst your weapons, peace amongst your arms. Receive me then, and let me mercy find, as gentle love assureth me I shall. Among you had I entertainment kind, when first I was the Prince Tancredi's thrall. I covet not, led by ambition blind, you should me in my father's throne install. Might I but serve in you, my lord so dear, that my content, my joy, my comfort were. Thus parleyed she, poor soul, and never feared the sudden blow of fortune's cruel spite. She stood where Phoebe's splendent beam appeared upon her silver armour double bright. The place about her round she shining cleared with that pure white wherein the nymph was dight. The tigress great, that on her helmet laid, bore witness where she went, and where she stayed. So as her fortune would, a Christian band their secret ambush there had closely framed, led by two brothers of Italia land, young Polypherne and Alejandro named. These with their forces watched to withstand those that brought victuals to their foes untamed, and kept that passage. Them Erminia spied, and fled as fast as her swift steed could ride. But Polypherne, before whose watery eyes his aged father strong Clorinda slew, when that bright shield and silver helm he spies, the championess he thought he saw and knew. Upon his hidden mates for aid he cries, 'gainst his supposed foe, and forth he flew, as he was rash and heedless in his wrath, bending his lance. Thou art but dead, he saith. As when a chased hind her course doth bend, to seek by soil to find some ease or goad, whether from craggy rock the spring descend, or softly glide within the shady wood. If there the dog she meet, where late she wend to comfort her weak limbs in cooling flood, again she flies swift as she fled at first, forgetting weakness, weariness, and thirst. So she, that thought to rest her weary sprite, and quench the endless thirst of ardent love with dear embracements of her lord and knight, but such as marriage rites should first approve, when she beheld her foe, with weapon bright threatening her death, his trusty courser move, her love, her lord, herself abandon, she spurred her speedy steed, and swift she fled. Erminia fled, scantly the tender grass her Pegasus with his light footsteps bent, her maiden's beast for speed did likewise pass. Yet divers ways, such was their fear, they went. The squire, who all too late returned, alas, with tardy news from Prince Tancredi's tent, fled likewise when he saw his mistress gone. It booted not to sojourn there alone. But Alejandro, wiser than the rest, who this supposed Clorinda saw likewise, to follow her yet was he nothing pressed, but in his ambush still and close he lies. A messenger to Godfrey he addressed, that should him of this accident advise, how that his brother chase with naked blade Clorinda's self, or else Clorinda's shade. Yet that it was, or that it could be she, He had small cause or reason to suppose occasion great and weighty must it be, should make her ride by night among her foes. Would God free will that observed he, and with his soldiers lay in ambush close. These news through all the Christian army went, in every cabin talked, in every tent. Tancred, whose thoughts the squire had filled with doubt by his sweet words, supposed now hearing this, alas, the Virgin came to seek me out, and for my sake her life in danger is. Himself forthwith he singled from the rout, and rode in haste, though half his arms he miss, among those sandy fields and valleys green, to seek his love. He galloped fast unseen.